one of the trends that we were talking about earlier last week on my which fits right into this is that the kind of the trend is group travel, multi-generational travel,
Right.
group friends travel.
Right.
Like that's become more and more of a trend. And that is thanks to short-term rentals, because you have larger properties or even just 3 and 4 bedroom. You can split it with somebody, right? You can travel with friends. You can have multi-generational travel. That's a travel trend that's happening right now. All of those things line up in the favor of short-term rental operators and saying, hey, listen, there's a lot of demand out there. There's a lot of consumers that want to do this. If you're not winning right now, you need to look in the mirror and say why, and ask yourself the question why. And the question, and I would challenge everybody, the answer to that question of why is not what you're reading in the headlines right now, because the headlines want you to believe that you have no way to win. You have, the gas prices are up, airline travel's a pain in the butt, people are waiting in lines, people are going to stop traveling, all this stuff. They're trying to paint. The reason they get away with this is because they allow us to paint our own picture of paint our own reality, right? We can read. As a consumer, they have this really negative headline, and then they say this could affect this, and this. Maybe this is going to happen, right? Maybe people are going to stop traveling less. Maybe it's going to affect this stuff. They don't say it does when you read the articles. They say, here's what's happening, which it is. Right. That's a reality. And then they make you paint this picture. Then they plant these seeds of, this could happen. Maybe this is going to be here. And then we cultivate those seeds till they grow into this very negative reality that's actually far removed from the actual reality. And the actual reality is there's a lot of good reasons on the back end of this business to make a lot of money. Yeah. And a lot of ways to make a lot of money in this business, but not because it's easy, but it's choosing the road less traveled. It's choosing to understand consumer behavior. It's choosing to set properties up so that they get chosen above and beyond somebody else's. And that's not what you're going to read in the headlines. Yeah. And so, I love this topic today where you bring this up and it's like, hey, listen, spring break travelers getting affected. Yep. This might be a bad year for travelers. Do we need to plan for that? The slow period and save some money and this and that and the other. The reality is this is looking to be a record year of spring break traveler despite all of those things, right? And so I think that it's always a good conversation and a lesson for us to say, hey, listen, what reality are you going to buy into? Right. And what reality are you going to paint and really, allow yourself the excuses of that's why that's why it's not working. Right.
Let me read this real fast. Group and multi-generational travel is increasing with 57% of parents planning trips with extended family. Just touching on that, what you were talking about.